Welcome to Mommionaire Digital Marketing Podcast, where we gather to learn how to use online strategies to build our direct marketing business. Through this podcast, you will be learning how to create offers, funnels, and storytelling so that you can create value for your potential customers as well as your downline. Enjoy the show. It takes money to make money. So I have this quote on my Facebook, and a friend of mine just sent me a message, and he's like, I don't believe it takes money to make money. Have you read Robert Kiyosaki? Well, I have. In fact, I remember working at Goldman Sachs and walking from my work and going into a major bookstore that was in that area and purchasing the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Why do I say it takes money to make money? So before I start, let me read a quote from Robert Kiyosaki. I think this is really important. Some people may love being employees, while others hate it. Some people love owning companies, but do not want to run them. Certain people love investing, while others see only the risk of losing money. Most of us are a little of each of these characters. It is also important to note that you can be rich or poor in all of the four quadrants. There are people who earn millions and people who go bankrupt in each of the quadrants. Living in any one quadrant does not mean in itself necessarily guaranteed financial success. Here's my thing. I believe it takes money to make money. I've worked for major companies. And to be honest, the big companies, they hire the bright people to work for them. What, do you think that as a bright person, you want to work for someone who's not going to pay you what you're worth? I've worked for luxury hotel companies in New York. I've worked for major corporations in New York. What do you think makes me switch from one company to the other? The more money that I'm going to make. So yes, it takes money to make money. If you are looking for the best and the brightest people to be in your organization, you want to pay them what they're worth. And believe me, it's competitive. So you're going to be paying them a good amount of money to be a part of your organization. So for me, coming with this idea that it takes money to make money, I'm going to give it to you from my own Caribbean immigrant background, because that is a key importance to understand. As immigrants, many of us come to this country and we don't have money. So we have to start working. We work at different jobs and occupations, understanding that as we're working, we are building our financial wealth for our family. We are providing our children the opportunity to go to college, to obtain a college degree, and to improve their lives. So we understand that when we first arrive in this country, we don't have any foundation, any uncles or brothers and sisters who are going to provide us with a place to stay or for free. Many of us have come to New York. I remember when I came to New York and I lived in my family's 5-bedroom apartment, and I slept in a bedroom with my aunt and my brother. Because guess what? A lot of our family members were coming to New York as well. And although they had big houses in Haiti, and and my father was doing well in the Bahamas, that's how I lived, and we lived in a beautiful area in New York City. We lived in the Upper West Side, one of the most prominent areas, but we understood this importance of money, the value of money, and how to use it wisely. So I've had my own business. I've had my own cosmetic line. In fact, before I started my own cosmetic line, I saved up to about $35,000. Knowing that I was going to have my own cosmetic line. And I used that money to build my business. And as I was building my business, it was growing. But what I had found was I had a larger demand for people who wanted my products than I can produce. So when I went to the company that was making my cosmetic line for me, my foundations especially, the company was saying that they needed me to put money down and so that they can produce that additional product. Although I had letters from tons of companies that did want my product, but they wanted that money down. So I had to start looking for investors. So in fact, there are many people who have started businesses, and at some point of their business, they've run out of money. So it does take money to make money. So what we need to do is know how to use that money wisely and help that money to multiply. I believe in that multiplication of money. So it doesn't matter in what quadrant you are in. Say, for instance, as Robert Kiyosaki says, in the B quadrant, where you want security, so you want to work for a job. But you know what? I believe that the idea of having that security in building a business and at the same time give you the confidence to be able to go out there and take that risk with your business, because you know that you're paying your bills, you're taking care of your family, and you're doing what you need to do. Especially as a single parent, there is nothing like having to lose the roof underneath your head with a child and have a business and say, oh, my business is going to carry me through. That is the worst, most devastating feeling to have as a parent, knowing that you are that provider for your family. So I do believe that it takes money to make money. I don't believe in just quitting your job and then suddenly starting your business from scratch without any money saved and without any way of paying, meeting the daily needs of your family, as putting food on the table for your children, putting a roof over your family's head. When I come up with the idea of Mommionaire, my concept is smart women making right decisions for their families. Smart women making the decision that is going to help their families to be successful. I had the opportunity to be around a lot of Caribbean women and watch these women use their money wisely to achieve the American dream. I remember my aunt, who lived in Haiti, she had maids. They had they did not have to work because they had everything they needed. When they came to the US, they had to work. Some of them worked in factories, some of them worked as maids. But I remember members in my family making $100 a week. And out of that $100 a week, saving that money and bought their houses and were able to accomplish the American dream. I remember them, all their children went to college and obtained degrees because they understood the concept of putting a roof over your head, providing for your family, yet building a business, fulfilling your dreams. So that is the most important thing for me. You must have money to build your business. You must have money to make sure that your business is going to grow. Some people are not as privileged as others that if they run out of money, that they can go to a family member's house. There are other, some people like me, and I know a lot of Black women, we don't have our great uncle or our father who's leaving us $1 million behind. We have to figure it out for ourselves. And that's why we are doing what we need to do, especially when we have come to a point of achievement and living a certain lifestyle that we're used to. We want to make sure that we have security, because when we fall, when you're up there and you fall hard. And I am not planning to have people fall hard. I know what it is to start your own business and not have job security. And then also working out of that area of desperation. And people could read desperation right away. I'd rather be around confident women who know how to handle their money and know how to build a business on the side. That is who I am. I am a confident woman who understands that I have to work to provide the lifestyle that I'm used to and the lifestyle that my daughter is accustomed to put the food on the table for my daughter, to give my daughter the opportunity to have a great education and think about great things that she wants to do for her future. If it wasn't for my hard work, she wouldn't have those dreams. But because I've worked hard, she's able to do that. I am happy that I could start my own business and actually build my business and have to pay an assistant to help me to grow my influence and also to grow my business as I'm learning about my target market and what their needs are. And as I am growing my business, I have that money that I can lay out So I'm not acting out of desperation. So yes, that's why it takes money to make money. You know, you always want to be able to have that money, sustainable cash, to continue to grow your business. For me, I'm reading my notes just to make sure that I don't lose out on my point. So I've had that experience of my business running out of money. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm in my early 50s. I don't want to tell you my age. I don't want to go back to that position of running out of money and suddenly now I am discouraged and I'm not building my business the way that I want to. I don't want someone who helps someone to build their business and suddenly they run out of money and they're not able to get to the place where they want to. It's not how fast you run the race. That's the secret to life, is that you stick to the game. You stick to the race. How do many people become successful? They are consistently doing what it takes to be successful. Do not think of success as a way to become rich. I have people in my family who are middle class, upper middle class, and I think they're the richest people in the world. You know why? Because they're making a difference in the lives of people. They have a sense of community. They have people who love them and trust them. When I say their name, I call them my little ticket. People know who they are because they're good people with integrity and they're good people who care. So it's not always, business not always about making money. Yes, you're going to make money, but what value are you giving to people? What difference are you making to people's lives that is improving their lives? That is what business is all about. That is what it is to be a mommionaire. When I think about being a mommionaire, I'm thinking of achieving my goals and my dreams. What do I want to achieve? What do I want to leave behind for my daughter? What inheritance I want to leave? What is it that I want to leave for my daughter that will remind her that, hey, my mother has done great things. She has been a strong woman and she has done what she needs to do. Let me tell you, I've been in situation as a woman in a bad marriage, working for a corporation and was homeless. I wore suits. I dressed up. I was a business manager. I was responsible for one of a major account. Yeah, I was in a shelter with my child. There it goes. So yes, it takes money to take money. It took money and courage for me to go back to school and get my degree. You know what I had to do? At that time, I took a direct marketing business and I used the products. I sold the products and I brought just enough and to multiply. So every time I sold my products, I made 50% of that money. I took half of that 50% that I made, put it right back to buy new products, and then use the other half to buy products again and sell it. It took money for me to get my college degree. And believe me, I know because I'm paying my college loans. Yes, it takes money to arrive where you are. You know, I know what it is to be poor. I lived in the Bahamas, and yes, I came from a middle class family. But I've traveled with my mother as a little girl, and I remember looking at people, poor Haitian people in poor communities who had no food to put on the table. In the Caribbean, when you have no food, you have no money, you've got no money. Especially if you have no money, your family have no money, you have no money. There is no way you're going to put your child, have a roof underneath your head, so you got to live with a family member. There's no way you're going to put food on the table. You got to figure out how to find the food. There is no way because there's no job for you as a woman. So it is a great thing to be in this country and to have the opportunity to fulfill our dreams. But let's not be fooled. And I like to say this, to think that it doesn't take money to make money. It takes money in this country to do what you want to do and to accomplish what you want to accomplish in life. It takes money to get the best training to learn how to do digital marketing. It takes money for me to implement these strategies. So that's why I work and I put a roof over my daughter, and I'm proud that I give my daughter the opportunity to be in one of the best zip codes in the country so she can have a great education. I work hard to provide for her, and I am also building my business. I am proud of doing that, and I want to be around women who feels the same, who want to build a financial future for their family, but also want to build for their future as they get to the point of retirement. Believe it or not, I may look young, but I'm in my 50s. I am thinking about retirement. What does that look like for me? What do I want to accomplish before I retire? Our strength is limited. After a certain age, we're not going to have the strength that we have today. We want to be able to utilize our money wisely, to build our businesses, to save, to enjoy the things that we can enjoy right now. And when it comes to that point where quarantine is over and we can travel in the world, we can do that. I know that I'm already saving money to go to Europe with my daughter because that was something I promised her for her sweet 16th birthday. Absolutely. Let's think about this. When you're talking about money, you want to be able to spend your money wisely. You want to know take a portion of your money that you're saving for yourself, for your business, and utilizing that wisely. And as you build your business, yes, it doesn't matter what quadrant you are, just like Robert Kiyosaki says. Whether you are in that situation where you have a full-time job, or if you're in that situation, and I'm looking at this, where you have a small business and you're working your business and you're struggling in this time of COVID to try to keep your business afloat. It doesn't matter if you have a business that's doing well and you have great people working for you, or you're investing. Understand, at any point of these quadrants that Robert Kiyosaki is talking about, people do lose money as well by making wrong decisions. So the idea is to make the right decisions for us. Not everybody can just drop everything and start a business without having money, because some of us as women, we have responsibilities. We have children to take care of. Some of us, we fall on our feet, we fall on our face. There's no one to pick us up. And yes, I'm grateful to my family members who've always been there for me, but there are times when I've had to figure it out by myself. So yes, it takes money to make money. And I am a proud mom who works hard to provide for my daughter, to give her the opportunities that she has today. I am a proud mommionaire who is fulfilling my dreams as I am building my business and just meeting influential people who are one hand holding another hand and helping each other to grow. I am grateful for that. So thank you again for listening. Remember, it takes money to make money. Don't forget to subscribe and also join my Facebook. Thank you. Bye-bye. If you would like to get more information on how to build your direct marketing business using online strategies as well as social media, please go to our website, mommionnairedigitalmarketing.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe and also make some comments of what you would like to hear in our next show. Thank you. Bye-bye.